I think that if you get scammed on GoFundMe, you deserve it. I do. Viewing public, have you ever been scammed on like some sort of crowdfunding site? Hit the sub, leave it in the comments. But I think that you deserve that. I get you're emotional and you, bro, they've been giving you the warning signs about scams for your money since I don't know, like a decade ago. Remember, like the prince from like Nairobi or something is calling you because you can't get money. Like you should know this stuff by now, right?
Right.
So, and I know GoFundMe is a credible site, right? But still, I don't know. I am
Sometimes it's hard to determine what stories are real and what stories are fake. And there's people out there,
hmm,
and thank God there's still good people, and that's the worst part about this, because anybody donating it is not an asshole. I'm assuming they're a good person if they're choosing to donate to somebody that they don't know. But it's one of those things that's like when you go on these websites and you see some of these stories, especially when there's video, especially when somebody has all this effort put into it. Even though we know that scammers put effort, but when somebody does that, it's hard to determine whether it's not a real, it's fake or real. So I understand. Me
yeah.
personally, I would never donate to anybody that I don't know. Me personally, that's my policy on as far as this thing goes. But I can't speak for everybody. Some people have money to burn.
I mean, we in my house we sponsor a child, right? But I do that through basically I can't even remember the name of the foundation. It's Christian something, right? But they've been
Okay.
around forever, right? So I'm comfortable doing that. But apart from that, nah, man, like you, man, I gotta know you, or my friend or my family member knows you, or even
Yeah.
just seeing it in real time. And I'm like, yo, I feel bad. Let me help out. Other than that, I don't know, man. Again, I'm happy that there are people out there that do this. Lord knows it could happen to me one day. I need it. But all right, so let's get into the story. Apparently, a GoFundMe account was set up and they had a goal of $10,000 and they managed to reach 400,000. This was from 14,000 donors. The story goes that this woman, she ran out of money and she went up to some dude gave her his last 20, filled up the tank, got home, whatever. Apparently this dude was an army veteran. So she just felt so moved by his generosity, gives the last 20. She decides to start up a GoFundMe.
Because he's homeless.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. How could I forget? And all bullshit. All the funds went to their accounts. It was a man and a woman. All the funds went to their direct accounts. And apparently the guy, this not a made-up guy, a real guy,
that they said was homeless,
only got paid 75 grand, and he's the one who blew the lid on the entire thing.
because he's not homeless.
Because he's not homeless.
You're missing like the biggest part of the story.
No. That's not the biggest part of the story. You crazy?
What's the biggest part?
The biggest part is if this guy actually blew the lid only because he got $75,000, I think that's a pretty decent cut. You're not doing any of the work. You're just the guy.
The whole reason they made the money was because of him. He's the whole. If he's not part of the story,
go ahead.
If he's not part of the story, there's no GoFundMe. These guys apparently met this dude, Mr. Bobbitt, I believe his name was, at a casino.
Yeah.
So they already had problems. They already had issues.
Listen, man,
and then they go into it seeking out somebody else to draw them in there. Listen, you're not going to draw your little gambling addiction and make it seem regular, okay? They had a problem. They met somebody at a casino and convinced him that we're going to do a GoFundMe where we're going to pretend that you're homeless. This is a random person. These are the type of people who go to casinos. And anyways, so he obviously should have got a little bit more. Maybe 50% would have made sense.
No.
Hello. All they had to do was create this little thing and they could have made $200,000. Explain to me why you feel they needed 325,000 instead of 200. There's no difference there. They would have been able to do all the same. They didn't have any of the money before. So their greed is what fucked them over. They deserve to get caught. They should have split it 50-50. That's the only way this shit would have been fair.
So to be clear, if it would have been a 50-50, which you can't do 50-50 when there's three people involved. It would have been
the couple is one half is what I meant.
See, that's what I'm saying. That wouldn't be fair. Because I'd be like, wait a second. I gotta
and then
split
they
my
get
money.
100,000 each.
Mm,
It's pretty
I
much
don't.
as equal as it gets.
So you really think that the whole reason this blew up? Because I think this, but you think it was the whole reason this blew up was because the guy never got enough money.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, listen, you only gave me 75 G's. Y'all went out there with 325 stacks. There ain't no way we gonna let this, especially since I had to play a role. I had to play and pretend like I was homeless. I'm not homeless. I had to go out there and pretend I was doing that. And now y'all leave with more money. There's no way. If they wanted to take home all of this money, they should have not included another person. How about that? How about they could have just the girl and the boyfriend could have made up a story where they were homeless themselves.
How about that?
How about that? But they didn't. They involved some, and as soon as you involve other people, because people are greedy, people are greedy. You're lucky it wasn't me. They would have had $75,000 if it was me. Would have been flipped. Are you kidding me? They would have to pay me up front.
Oh man,
It's filtered through my account.
do
The
they
hell?
have gold? Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to think about this, but I'm not going to voice my
Guy's
thoughts.
an idiot.
Listen, viewing public, what are your thoughts on this, man? And again, before you comment, hit the sub. But the GoFundMe crowd, they seem like a vulnerable bunch, don't they? Like the people who hit the GoFundMe. Like I said, I have the one charity that I donate to monthly. If I could afford it, I would do others, right? But I feel like the people who go to GoFundMe, like they have an account, they probably donate to just different causes, like literally all the time. So,
I feel like the same people who donate to GoFundMe's, like random GoFundMe's in today's age, are the same people who are still getting scammed by telephone scammers and going to the stores to buy Apple gift cards to pay off their Amazon debt or whatever debt that they had, you know.
see, and this might sound harsh because there might be people in your lives that identify with this, but that's your responsibility to step in and say, hey, don't do that. Here are the red flags to look out for. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like, this is a vulnerable group of people. And if you're a scammer, GoFundMe is very public. It's like I think it's the most popular, the largest crowdfunding site. So if you're a scammer, you're going to go where all the fish is, right? That's where you can catch somebody easy. You're going to go to GoFundMe. So I just think like, I've never been on that site to donate, so I don't know if they have any things to look out for before you kind of give money, or I don't know what they do over there. But if they don't, I think that's irresponsible from the site. It's just like when you gamble online, right? They give you all the warnings. You can only spend a certain amount per day because that site doesn't want to be held liable for you, basically losing your entire life in a day. So I don't know if GoFundMe has any of those things. I'd be curious to know.
About how
But
impossible it would be for them to verify every single story that somebody posts up there.
not about the stories, but about the people donating, like kind of like a buyer beware thing. You know what I mean? If you're going to
Right.
donate, just, be aware. This might be a fake story. Like a little disclaimer. I don't know. I'm just saying other
I mean, have
sites.
check marks like Instagram.
Viewing public. Have you donated on a GoFundMe website? And if you have, please let me know what it was about. And did they have any of those little red flags?
I'm just trying to figure out what you want as a solution. I was just posing an option of something they could do. That's all.
Yeah,
I wasn't making fun.
No, it's okay. It was a bad one. All
Little
right, leave it in
blue
the comments.
checks.